few years ago, I remember how my parents used to make me clean my room all the time, and every single weekend I just had to clean my room, get everything like, all the toys, all the Lego pieces inside the boxes which we had, and we always put them in a nice like wardrobe where you put it in, like there are like 4 or 5 boxes in there of toys, whatever, right? And I used to have to clean all of that up. And then I don't know, it was like, kind of like a game for me. It became like a game. I just started liking it and taking it more seriously, like kind of like a level up or some type of like reward when I get, right? And I just like used to take this thing and this thing and this thing there, and just like putting everything in place, having like a clean desk, clean room, a nice tidy bed, and then just turn on the air conditioning. And I remember I turned on all the lights and just closed the door, right? And I told them to wait outside my door to open it up, like so that I can open it up and show them the surprise of how clean their room is. And I just like the validation, right? I used to do that like a lot for a couple of 1 or 2 years as well. And then that just became a habit of mine. I just wanted to have always a nice clean room, to have everything in its place. Of course, like I'm not perfect, right? I have like some stuff as well right now on the bed, which I could tidy up. But the point is that most of the times, right, I just like to be clean. I like to have a nice desk, no shit thrown around everywhere, just because I want to keep my focus, like, my environment clean and nice, so that I want to work even more. And like a month or two ago, my girl came over and she brought me some gifts for Christmas, which were like late Christmas gifts. She brought me like this thing right here. I'll actually show you in the video. She brought me like that thing right there, some other stuff which I'll show you. But the point is that it just made my bedroom look so much better. And as well, like I have some LED lights right now, which I'm using a lot and stuff. Like there's so much stuff that you can use and improve in your room. It's fucking amazing. Yo, I'm Aris, also known as Screw Mediocrity, and I'm a leader of young men trying to pick their attractiveness and network with high value, like-minded chats like themselves, so that they get to their goals 10 times faster than the average person. If that sounds interesting, click the first link in the description to join our movement. I'm also giving away free one-on-one coaching calls for looks maxing for you to improve your attractiveness starting from now. There are a lot of guys out there just don't giving a fuck how their room looks and just having shit everywhere, just tobacco and them like leftover cigarettes everywhere. Just not giving a fuck how their room looks and feels, right? Just going there and it smells like shit, bro. It's so dirty and it's bad for the health. It's bad for your productivity. It's bad for your brain because you're cluttering your room, like dirtying it. And especially if you're working in that environment, you just don't want to work. You feel lazy. You don't feel nice, right? And that's why I'm trying to tell you right now and trying to encourage you to have a nice room, a nice setup where you literally can sit and feel like the boss. You can feel nice, you can feel more professional about it. And especially if more people come inside, like maybe a girl even comes over, she's gonna look at that room and she's gonna be like, fuck yeah, that's attractive. That's what you want. First thing that you will need in your room is to have a nice box to put everything inside. So for example, this right here, right? Have all my like sunglasses, all my jewelry, USBs, change, stuff like that, which I don't really have a space to put them in, right? I just put everything inside there, and like the whole room, like the whole desk is tidy because it's just nice to look at, and just everything is inside there, everything I need, and it's just very convenient in my opinion. One of the things that my girl bought me is a laptop stand, and it's one of the best things that I have ever had on my desk. And it's actually amazing because I put my laptop there, I put my tablet, XP pen there, and it's just so convenient because it doesn't have to be all over the place. The tablet here, there, like all the devices, they're just in one place, sitting there, nice and convenient. And especially if you have like a nice monitor as well, like a big monitor which you want to connect to your laptop to just work like that, it just makes it look and feel much more professional and nice. A watch box to have your watches inside. Like, let me show you real quick. Have my nice watch box over here. I'm literally putting all my nice watch, like every watch that I have, I'm putting it inside just because it's nice and tidy in there, and just has, especially if you have it at some place where it's visible, people are just gonna look at it and just gonna be like fucking nice to look at, right? It's gonna be aesthetically pleasing. And also for you, when you're gonna look at it and you're gonna be like, fuck yeah, I feel like James Bond opening up this box, grabbing a watch and putting it on. That's what you want. It's a nice feeling to have. One other thing that my girl had bought me, which is very important in my desk, like it's very nice to look at, it's just very convenient, is a nice monitor stand. So usually like this thing is like not too tall, you can have it on your desk, put the monitor on top, right? And it's nice and tidy, right? Underneath, there's so much space to put your keyboard, your mouse, other cables which, you know, are usually visible, for example. And it's just nicer to have the stuff there. And you can also have like a plant in one of those things, like where there's space. You can also add like plants or coasters, stuff which usually is like all around your room. Have it there, easy. One other thing which I had for a long time now is the hanger right there. I like using it to put like to hang my bags there, because I have like my small one which is over the shoulder, have the big one which is for the gym, and I have another one down there which is for my work, you know, just putting stuff in there, just taking it everywhere. I really like this because you can just hang up your clothes or even your bags, which I believe is bags is better, right? Just so that you have everything in one place, nice and tight. A mirror is also very important in a room, in my opinion, because just think about yourself having to go out, wearing a nice outfit, but not being able to see how it looks, like the whole thing, right? Maybe something's off. When you have a whole mirror right there, like this one, right? When you have like something like a full body mirror, you can easily just have your outfit, like put it on, and just look at yourself in the mirror and see, okay, I could change this, I could change this, now I look good, I look okay. And it's much easier to do that rather than going to, I don't know, just a different room or in a whole different like place or whatever, like a whole building just to find a mirror or whatever, right? You can also use that when you're gonna have some sexy time with your girl. It's nice to have. And yeah, in general, just it's very important to have at least some type of mirror in your room. Maybe you don't want a full body, maybe it's too expensive or whatever. Like this one was actually like, I don't know, 40 euros, right? It's just a mirror. There's like no frame, no nothing else, right? So if you can find something like this, which you can literally like make a custom one, just order one, it's much cheaper that way. And last but not least is LED lights. Always having LED lights in your room just gives a nice vibe to it, a nice feel, especially if you don't want to open up your big lights or whatever, just want to have like a few small lights open. It just gives that nice dark vibe in your room, especially if you're reading a book or you're working and you don't want something, you don't want like big ass lights in your face. Especially like if you're for example, it's like the last hour of your day, you're about to go to sleep, you don't want like big ass lights in your face, right? You want like low light, low brightness, so that you don't have a problem when you're gonna go to bed, like just not being able to fall asleep. So that's when LEDs come in. Also, one thing I like to use before sleeping is I just turn on the red LED lights, and I just have that as like a melatonin production, you could say. It just helps me to fall asleep faster and easier, because there's some type of light, but it's not as like too much so that I cannot sleep. And that's the important thing. Most people say that it's expensive, but I'm thinking that if you want to have a nice room, a nice attractive room, and you know, have stuff in there, spend some type of money, right? On a plant, on like some type of stand, stuff like that, which you can put everything inside. For example, you have everything organized and nice. You're gonna have to spend some money, but you don't have to spend a lot. Because for example, I'm just gonna tell you right now, right? This thing right here, right? The monitor stand and the laptop stand was all a gift, just once, like everything at once, and it just made my room so much cleaner and nicer to have, like to even work at. It was very cheap. Like, you can easily buy that from Shein or whatever, just make like your own box, or just find something similar in a different store for like 2 euros, whatever, like even less. Boom, here's your like stand, here's like this and that. But you can do that cheaply. You don't have to buy like metal stands and fucking, I don't know, just weird shapes just because they're expensive and they look nice. You can buy something cheap and affordable, bro. You can use books, for example, as a monitor stand. You can use something else, but just having it aesthetics in your room is fucking important, especially if you're gonna bring a girl over, or just in general work in here, because you wanna work so fucking hard in your business, in your studies, whatever. Just having a nice room, a nice like setup, it's amazing, bro. Stop wasting time.